Hey, hi,
Hello.
welcome everyone. Welcome to our very special pre 1 year anniversary episode. Can you believe it? It's already been a year. Time flies when you're having fun and learning so much together. Whether you've been here from the beginning with us or you've joined us somewhere along the way, we want to say a huge thank you. Thank you for your support. We started this show actually just sharing our personal experiences with the carnivore lifestyle, and it's grown into something so much bigger. This community has been so inspiring and motivating for all of us. Today's episode is going to be celebratorial. It's a celebration recap of what we've accomplished over this last past year, but also what's ahead of us. We'll give some little teasers for that. So, what I want to do is start with our first I don't know if we call it an intro, but it was something that we did for our before and after. So hold on. Let's see. Oh yes, look at Miss Muscle, her before, her after. Y'all know Laura. Yep,
Oh,
I
hello.
know. And then wait, because when we started, it
Wow.
was 5 of us.
That's
Come
right.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah, come on, Miss
Look at the
Robin.
girl. Look at the
I
girl.
know. Look at her
I
guns.
know it.
And mom of 9
Rebecca.
now. So those that don't know, she's had baby number 9. They're doing well. And oh, Miss Robin.
Oh.
Dang.
Hey, come
Wow.
on after. Yes. And then yep, that's me, honey. I ate it well, didn't I? Ha ha ha. And that was us. Yes, that was us. So we
Yay.
I
did do
was.
that. That I know that was part of us as well. Okay, let me see. One of the things over this last past year, I'm just going to say to the community, this was almost a difficult show to do. How do you kind of pick out your favorites? Because we've grown to me over this last past year from where we've started. We've grown in regards to the knowledge that we know. We've expanded and done so much with you guys, the community. So our the very first episode, I remember, ladies, do you guys? I should have pulled it up. Where we were wait a minute, apex predators and how we went around. Yeah, so we had that. Oh, I should have done that. Okay, but that was out there. I don't know about you guys, but I was nervous, but yet excited. It was all about sharing our journey as carnivores. And it was a panel of 5 of us. It's 3 of us now. Our mindsets are just on really helping the community. So, how has our health, our energy, even our mindset changed over this last past year? We've shared our ups, our downs. We've done challenges. You guys remember cooking with us in the
Yes.
kitchen? We did. Yep. That was the first time I ever made ghee. I remember that as well. I also remember what I deem personally for me one of the most powerful stories that I shared is when I opened up about my daughter. And I will, where's my little thing? Because I'll share it again, but I will let you know now that you might. Oh, yeah, here's my little warning, y'all. There's my little warning in regards to my daughter, but I love her and she is a part of me. And this is Danielle. Diet. So I will say to you guys that oh, wait a minute. My bad. My bad. Hold on. And there it is. I will say to you guys that there is an inward desire that I have of why I come before you on the Monday night shows. Um, and we were talking. I've missed 2 episodes. We were traveling. I could not make it back. Airport, in the car. We've done that, and we gave Laura kudos because she hasn't missed not one episode. We have come, and Robin, I think, has missed only one. I think I missed 2. For me, having the strength of these ladies, bringing a message forward to this audience, there's a real passion. I don't want you to feel what I felt uh, holding my daughter as she took her last breath. Do I believe the carnivore diet could most definitely
Mhm.
could have given her children more time with her? Also, I look at that and see my mother right next to him. And I just recently lost my mom. It's been 2.5 years, but it feels like it was yesterday. Some moments. The ladies know my struggles, even in regards to that. And this passion that I have for the carnivore diet because I believe that she would still be here. Um, and could have even because if I would have done this and then we discover the cancer, it's just I just feel that she would have had a better quality of life and possibly still be here and not taken away that soon, where I'm just so baffled. But anyway, so that was probably one of my most memorable episodes. There's so many people on my timeline that suffers with lupus, suffers with eczema, sarcoidosis, Hashimoto's, irritable bowel. All of these things weren't around 150 years ago. And for some reason, we just still won't make that connection that it's the food. So I feel that us coming in here and dedicating this time and space of sharing with you guys what the carnivore lifestyle could do for you, should do for you, can do for you. It's
Yep.
just so worth it. And I just look back over the year where I know that even if it was just one person who turned their life, um, I don't want to say turn your eating around, got you to even think about food, made you question some of the labels, made you question being vegan. Because keep in mind, 4.5 years I was vegan. I ain't start a show to tell you about a carnivore lifestyle. I didn't do any of those things. But you mean to tell me all of a sudden now I'm feeling the need to bring this message forth? Listen, this is the truth. This is the truth. This is the truth. Um, the carnivore lifestyle can do wonders for inflammation, autoimmune issues. And it's the message that I will keep sharing in person, on YouTube, Instagram. It doesn't matter. I am really, really sharing this because of the difference it's making on the inside. All right, so we're going to transition now to our next host, which is Robin, who has an amazing story to tell. We're bringing you some of everything. So mental health, emotional health, the carnivore diet. Robin, take it away, girl.
Yeah, so welcome back to another episode of Meaty Mondays with the Fierce Felines. And as G was saying, we're just so thankful to have been able to be here for this past year. we've experienced so many things together. And I am going to talk about mental health because one of the main reasons that I started carnivore, or one of the things that I thought that carnivore could help with, was my terrible, debilitating anxiety. Um, and so, we had a show where we talked about anxiety, among other things. And when it comes to talking about mental health, it can be challenging. It can be scary to start talking about your own personal mental health out here in these YouTube streets, right? In front of everybody. So I was a little nervous. And, mental health is a huge, the carnivore diet can be a huge, absolutely huge game changer for mental health concerns of all kinds. Like, it's so incredible. But anxiety, if you look around the carnivore community, you'll hear so many people talking about how carnivore cured their depression, cured their anxiety. So when we did the episode on anxiety and mental health, it really hit home for me because I was to the point where I was not going to be able to leave my house. Um, and I, went to my doctor, and I'm a person who's like, doesn't want to even take Tylenol for a headache. I will wait until it's like, oh my gosh, I just cannot take this anymore before I'll take something. I don't want to be on any kind of medicine of any kind. But I went to the doctor and said, you've got to put me on something because I am really, really struggling with anxiety, and I'm not going to be able to function. I can't function in my daily life. So I shared about that. I talked about how that has been going on for years. I mean, I even went into the hospital one time with a panic attack. I literally thought I was having a heart attack. And I went to the emergency room, and it come to find out it was a panic attack. I had an episode on the highway where I was driving, and I had to pull over on the highway and let my mom take over from driving because I was having such a horrible, horrible anxiety attack. So that anxiety was debilitating, and the carnivore diet has really improved it. Now I can say that I know that I still have more healing to do because I still have anxiety, but the level to which it was, to the point where I had to be on medication, has come way, way down since then. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that we talked one day about my eczema, which eczema, um, I did not really realize what carnivore would do for my autoimmune condition, eczema. And I really want to share a couple of images with you guys because when I talk about it, I feel like people may not really, really understand necessarily what I'm talking about when I say this eczema was horrible. Um, so hopefully you guys can see this. I had eczema on my face, and I always talk about this, how I had these dark circles around both eyes. It always looked like I had a black eye because my eczema was so bad on my face. I mean, I had episodes where eczema would flare up on my ears and my ears would swell. I would have big, like, welts across my face where the eczema would swell up. And then I always
Mm.
had this dark circle around my mouth and two dark circles around my eyes. So the top image is me, my face before, and the bottom image is my face, I don't know, maybe a month ago. And then I had this dyshydrotic eczema. This is the worst it ever got. It
Mm.
basically blistered my entire hand. You can see that it kind of looks infected. Definitely was, because with your hands, you're doing everything. You're touching, you're
Yep.
constantly touching things. And those blisters would just blister my whole hand to the point where I lost my fingerprints. I went to go be fingerprinted to travel out of the country, and my fingerprints were muted. Like, they could not get good prints on me because my hands had blistered and peeled off, basically. So this is my hand, probably about a month ago. It looks just as good today. And so this is the thing that really, really makes me want to stay on carnivore, because that hand eczema was so debilitating, and I had eczema all of my life since I was an infant. I was the baby with the hands, with the socks on the hands and the socks on the feet.
Mhm.
I was the one that was constantly rubbing and scratching, and all through my whole entire life, and did not realize that it was food that was causing it. And so that's so devastating, and I'm talking to my grandkids and I'm like, carnivore healed my eczema. And I do have some flare ups. If I eat the wrong thing, my hand eczema will flare up. My face eczema will flare up. So, but it's never as bad as what I just showed you. So it's really, really been a game changer. So, we've had so many great shows. The one, I guess that my favorite one was when Dr. Kiltz came on. So Dr. Kiltz is the only guest that we have had on Meaty Mondays with the Fierce Felions, and he's definitely worthy of it. Dr. Kiltz is awesome. He's a wealth of knowledge, and he is full of love. I really feel his heart of compassion for people and how he loves people and wants them to see health. So that's probably my favorite one, was the one with Dr. Kiltz. And then I have another one that I just want to appreciate all of you for. And that is when I came in and I was complaining about the fact that I wasn't losing weight, activating weight loss mode. And so you guys helped me think about different kind of experiments that I could do. You encouraged me. You reminded me that that the weight loss is not the whole ball of wax, right? That the healing is the most important thing. And so the up through the ups and downs, you guys have been there supporting us, and we really, really, really appreciate it. So I'm going to turn it over to Laura, and she's going to talk about some of her favorite moments from the past year.
Perfect. Thank you, Robin. There have been so many moments over this year that it's hard to kind of compact different ones. But one of the things that I always go back to is I always like to start people out at their why. So I love hearing people's why. Why do they want to do carnivore? When I work with clients, that's the first thing we go over. We go over what their conditions are, what's their why, and then we start on, this is the steps we need to take to get you to your eventual goal. um, Probably one of the most impactful episodes that we had was when we talked about insulin resistance, because I really think most people have no clue of the amount of people walking around. I don't care if you live in a little bitty town or a city, you're walking down a sidewalk, you know that at least 80% of those people walking past you have insulin resistance, and just how impactful that is on their lives, and their health. um, I remember on that show we went over how just eating fatty cuts of meat, you know, and lowering your carbohydrates, how that could completely reverse, your insulin resistance. In turn with that, I have been able to, on my own with my job as a nurse, work with patients in their home, and have had two patients that have completely reversed their type 2 diabetes, both of them over 25 years of being diabetic. Insulin, they were on insulins and oral medications for their diabetes, and they were following the My Plate. So they were following the guidelines that were given to them by the American Diabetic, whatever you want to call them. I won't say what I normally call them. It's not nice. Um, but just by these people changing what they put in their mouths, was able to reverse that for them. So it's just been nice being able to sit back and not only myself see the changes that happened to me, because a lot of my stuff happened quite a few years ago when I first started keto, and then it improved even more when I went carnivore.
but it's so nice to be able to see those on somebody that thinks they have no hope left. They feel like they're at their wits' end. I mean, I've had 96-year-olds that no longer have psoriasis, and that's, I mean, like Dr. Berry says, if you can fog a mirror, it's never too late. And I truly believe that. I've seen that also with patients with kidney issues and liver issues. Another one we talked about, we talked a lot about kidneys, about liver health, fatty liver reversal. Even my numbers improved from keto. I did keto for 28 years and I still had slight fatty liver disease and my enzymes were still elevated. Which to me, I was just like, "How can that be?" But, of course, I hadn't had any of that testing done when I was doing the clean keto. It wasn't I didn't have that testing done until I was eating the keto treats that, Quest bars and things like that, that have a lot of the same hidden junk in it that our other foods have. They just put it in a package with the word keto on the front with a green check mark, and we pick it up and buy it. So I think a lot of this we've learned buyer beware and taking your own health in your hands and understanding that your daily health is in your hands. You really want to have a doctor when it's an emergency, when it is something you need surgery for, something you cannot help yourself. That's when you go to the doctors. Because if you continually go to the doctors, the system is set up to make money with the sicker you are, and they will continue to find things and prescribe medications and tests that are just astronomically priced. Um, so that has been mine. Another thing that I've I've always kind of had that in my back of my head, but I've said it a million times too, is that doing carnivore really reinforced that food is fuel. It is what we use to survive. It doesn't have to be pretty and have bright colors and 16 different, things on it to be food because food is fuel. So I think that's another one. Of course, we all know I'm geeky and I love the science of stuff. Um, One of the things that really stuck with me though is I loved hearing everybody else's stories about how some people do higher fat, some do lower fat, high protein. Some people do different types of fasting. Um, some people use salt, some people didn't require salt anymore. There's been so many differences. And then my absolute most favorite thing, hands down, this year was getting to go to Keto Palooza and meeting two different people that we had been, working with and being around and seeing the transformation in these people. I had two different people there, and the one didn't even come up to me until the very last day. Of course, we know who the one was, and he's made an amazing transformation. I mean, he has saved his own life, you know. Um, and I mean, he looks younger. He looks at least 5 years younger than he did when I worked with him, on my website, and it's just amazing. So that to me was wonderful when you can see these transformation before your eyes because like it's hard for you to see it on yourself because you see yourself every day. So you may not notice the little changes and the things that heal because, it's yourself, but when you see these other people and you see how just the disease processes that they've gotten rid of. And I'd love to hear their stories about where their doctor thinks they're nuts, but they can't explain how come they're so much better doing this. Um, so that's probably been some of mine is watching these other people. And part of that is my nurse heart, and my nurse brain. We want to see you get the best that you possibly can. And there are some diseases of people I've taken care of in the past that I truly thought they had absolutely no hope. I don't know if you remember, I took care of a 49-year-old who had open heart bypass. And I told myself after seeing all of the information, the surgical report, the history, I was like, I'm not even going to go into any health stuff. This guy is literally, he's on borrowed time, and if he sees 51, I would, you know, but I couldn't help myself. I got in the house and saw the Honey Nut Cheerios and I saw the Ho-Hos and I was like, okay, I got to do it. And so I was glad, and they were very receptive to that. So I just appreciate everybody coming on, asking questions. We really have a really great group of people that comment on here. We have a lot of people that don't necessarily comment on here. I know that watch, because sometimes I will get emails or text messages or Facebook message things of like what they saw on the show or a question about something. So there's always those people in the background, and we've done pretty good to not really get a bunch of haters. So I which is okay. I'm fine with that. I'm not a fan of those. So, but yeah, that's been pretty much my thing of what I've enjoyed. I think we'll turn it back over to G and see what
I
she's
just
got.
want to chime in there for a moment, because I've been having this thought lately. And, as we think about, G's mom and her daughter and the statements that G has made around that. Like, I
Yeah.
really wish I would have found the
Mhm.
carnivore way of eating sooner, because it could have made a difference. My question that I have is, and that I have been really pondering is, what is the thing that it would take for you to choose yourself, to choose your own health over? I mean, we know the food is addictive, right? We know
Yeah.
that sugar is one of the most dangerous and addictive substances on the planet, and that processed food is highly palatable, hits all the dopamine centers. We just talked about it like last week or the week before, how those foods trigger your dopamine, and so it's highly addictive. But what would it take for you? What would be the thing that would say, you know what, I think I would give it a try. I think I would give it an honest try, because it's a game changer. It's literally a game changer. And we've heard so many stories of health and healing. So
And what do
many
you have to
people.
lose?
Yeah. What do you have to lose? What exactly do you have to lose besides your inflammation?
Yeah.
You may lose some weight.
High blood
You might
pressure.
gain some years back in your life. I really have been thinking about this question, because everybody's like, I could never do that. Not everybody, but a lot of people say, I could
Yeah.
never, before they try something. And so what would it take? Like, what would be the thing? Would it be your eyesight? Would it be maybe a limb? Maybe
Yep.
cancer? All
Yeah.
these things that, what would it take for you to make that kind of a change in your own life, to choose yourself instead of choosing the cookies, crackers, Doritos, Takis,
Yeah.
candies, Snickers
Well,
bars? That's really a question that I have been thinking a lot about lately, is like, and for me, it was those hands. You saw the picture of my hands. Like, I do not want to go back to that. I do not want to go back to having my entire hands peel off. And even the seasonal allergies which was like, I didn't even know that was a possibility. I had no clue that was even a possibility, that seasonal allergies could be affected by food, you know, and your dietitian and your doctor are telling you that it's not the food, it is the food. It's the food. Whatever ails you, pretty much, is the food. So that's a
I've
question
heard
that I've
this.
been asking, and I'm feeling super passionate about that. I might make a video about it, because I'm like, this is crazy. You gotta try it before you say
And
you
I
could
have
never.
had I've had people say exactly what Darth just said to me. I actually, and no offense to you men, but it's all been men that have made that comment back to me, that and a lot of them are truck drivers and it's kind of their lifestyle and stuff like that. And I'm like, I've had truck drivers who completely reversed things and got rid of this and was able, and a lot of times they're just not to that point. Some people have to have so much pain. And this is the same with even in my medical field of when I worked in the cath lab. We would have a lady come in that had a heart attack that smoked, and them cigarettes were in the trash. Like that was it. She was done. And we'd have a guy come in and have that, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give it up," and he'd come back for a 6-week checkup with cigarettes, and I'm like, didn't give those up," and he's like, maybe with the next one," and I'm like, "Really?" So I
Yeah.
just was always like, "Wow, what's it take for you to understand that?" I mean, it says it on the side of the box. They had to put that warning on there, and I'm just like, I don't know what it takes, but
Yeah.
some of the people they have to hit their rock bottom,
So we
in
know
order
that
to
it's
do it.
hard. That's the thing.
Yeah,
That's why
it
we're
is.
here to help you and coach you through it.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
is why we
Sure.
are here, right, G?
Right. So I've been taking notes, y'all. I had shared this in a conversation that when Laura started talking about, the different foods and stuff, which made me think of the food pyramid, which is it's so
Crazy.
I did some research on the food pyramid. The FDA approved the food pyramid in 1992. But I remember seeing stuff well before then, and so did a little more research, and the things that we saw, like on your Saturday morning cartoons and stuff like that, the food industry created that as part of advertising. But we at home didn't know any better. We at home didn't know that they would actually receive money and put information up that was not completely true, that was for sales. Yeah, and not consider our health in the process, because see I share how there used to be prizes in the box. And honey, them Saturday morning cartoons come on, and you were looking. Oh, look at that prize! You would look at the prize, and sometimes the prize made you want that cereal. And then if you had more people in the house, and if they were pouring the bowl, you was hoping that prize didn't fall in somebody else's bowl.
Right.
Come on, I'm taking y'all back now. And you were
Mhm.
hoping. Now that was pretty much my generation, and prizes hung around for like my kids. Not so much now. You can't find a prize anywhere. The prize is
No.
we hooked your parents and your grandparents, and so uh now they're just gonna buy it for you. So that was one of the things that I thought of.
I want to
And
mention this while you're talking about those labels because I just interviewed Dr. Ovadia,
mhm,
the heart surgeon, and he
Yeah.
told me point blank that heart healthy label that's on different foods like seed oils, margarine,
Yep.
Cheerios. You see the little heart healthy label?
Yep.
That is a bought and paid for insignia. It
Yes.
doesn't mean anything as far as your
Yep.
health is concerned. It literally
Yep.
means
it's
nothing. They pay to put
advertising.
that on there, and it's not
Yep.
heart healthy.
No.
Okay, let me show you just advertising. We have this bug spray, right? And the bug spray says, "Oh no, it's safe to use around pets and children." Listen to that word salad I just said that don't go together. But
No.
you're more than likely to grab that one because you have a dog, a cat, some hamsters, and of course, some crawl kids, whether they're yours or grands. And so you remember, wait, they said that that brand was safe around pets and kids. And they say stuff, and we end up believing it, which now leads us to the doctor's office. Okay, well, first of all, I got a news flash for y'all. Y'all ready for this? You're the one paying the doctor. So why are you going there sitting in the in the lobby 1 2 hours, or in the room 1 2 hours? Why is that like a half a day of yours, and you're the one, you're not there for free? They're not doing you a favor.
Yep.
When you really think
True.
about that, yeah, my doctor, that, yeah, the places don't like to see me come anymore, because first of all, they don't know that they're a part of this whole broken system. But that'll get me going way over there, and I'm not getting ready to do that, because the other thing that I wanted to tell you guys is I got two more stories to tell you. One is, you have to know, we mentioned about your why. What is your why? Okay, I'm getting ready to share something with y'all. This is the most pettiest of the petties. Okay, like, y'all can all get together. I wear a size small shirt. Y'all can get Miss Petty put on the back. All right, now here's the story. When you talked about what was the thing that kind of makes you do what you want to do, I have had a battle with weight. Okay, now hold on. When I say, I don't know if I got the picture over here. Uh, this might be it. Hold on. Yep. Look at me
Mm-hmm.
and my husband. Look. Ooh, I have had. He be mad if that. I hope he ain't watching. Why you throw me out there with
Mm.
you? You throw your own self up in there. Okay, so I've had a battle with weight. That's number one. And I knew someone else that had a battle as well. We have pretty much watched each other battle. It's one of those, because I used to work in the school system, so I knew the summer was gonna roll around, and I, just like the kids, you looking at the teacher. Ooh, they got big over the summer. We do that. I'm just letting y'all know. If y'all don't know, you know it now. Okay, so
Mhm.
that's what. So evidently, this person might have been in the school system with me. All right, so we watching each other. Years go by, like, so this was probably now right before carnivore. I ran into them, and they were no longer struggling with weight.
Mm.
So my motivation was, y'all ready? Oh, if that heifer can do it, I know I can do it. I just can't get one of these. I'm just telling y'all. I told y'all I was gonna be petty. I'm just telling y'all. Those were the words that came out of my mouth at home, not in front of her. And how I can tell you this, because time is, time was kind of ticking going on. And then I found out about the carnivore diet. I didn't forgot what I didn't said over there, but now it is more of, I'm so pain free. I'm all of these things. So even with the information that finding out with that individual, but it was one of those, oh, if they can do it, I know I can do it. So I'm saying to you guys, y'all better find out that button that pushes you, because see, your family is watching you constantly start and stop things. It doesn't have to be just for weight loss. It can be that exercise that you claim that you were going to do, that you were going to start on Monday, and then by Friday they see nothing. And so it's like no big deal. It could be that food plan that you were going to get on. And I'm saying to you, you start so many different things. It could be that side hustle that you were about to do, the painting classes that you were about to do, going back to school that you were about to do, and your children and your grandchildren and your family, your siblings, all see you start. And never, the only thing you are consistent in is consistent in quitting. There's your consistency. I know, been there, done that. This is the thing. What you mean consistent? There's no telling what. I kid you not. What? How you gonna feel? You have person after person, channel after channel in this community. Everybody can't be wrong. But then you might
Right.
say, hold on, then you might say, yeah, but what about the vegans? What about I was vegan. I was a fluffy vegan. I was not healthy. I was a vegan and they still wanted to do back injections. I was a vegan and they still wanted, I was still on Percocets for 3 years, high dose. All these different things, and I was a vegan. Now, as a carnivore, None of that is an issue anymore. I'm no longer on Percocets. I'm no longer at the pain center. I'm no longer. Matter of fact, my doctor they sent. It's time for your appointment. What we doing? It. I don't need that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
yeah, that's my plea, and it is find that thing that's going to keep you motivated. Find that group of individuals that's going to keep you motivated, which leads us who want to talk about your Marco Polo group that we came together because we're so passionate about this. Laura loves nursing. She loves helping. She loves natural. Uh, Check her website out. Robin loves motivating. It's like she comes on, she's motivating, she's doing all of that. The
Mhm.
three of us have come together for a 3-for-1 sale. No.
Mhm.
Oh, that it is. It's been really life changing.
Yes,
And
it is.
Yeah.
even with the men's group now, huh?
Yes.
Go ahead. They in
Yeah.
there
Come on,
challenging it.
guys.
Yes, they are in there doing it, and it was so wonderful to see them in there working out, which made the next person want to work out. And that is one of the things. It's like, wow, I see Robin out there walking. Laura get up in the morning and she's sprinting. You know what? These women of a certain age, I can do it too. And then before you know it, you standing outside with your feet on the ground, grounding at dark 30 in the morning. But
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
doing it and recording it and connecting with other people that's grounding, and you end up, and it's like you found your people.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful thing. A wonderful thing. So there we go. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
So with that, now this is not. Let's talk about next week. This is it, guys. What does that mean? Let me push us like this. This is it. Meaning this, we are at the end of our year.
Wow.
So next week is show 52. And we have a whole listen. We got a lineup coming. It is you're not going to want to miss it. That's all I can say about that. You will not want to miss it. So when we put it out, y'all might want to go on the thumbnail and click it and say notify me, honey, notify me. It's going to be live
Yeah.
and popping. That one it is.
Yes.
You're going to have some people to come through. uh it's gonna be an online party.
Yes.
That's right.
Don't miss it.
I can't contain myself. So we're not gonna hold you tonight. Robin, what do you have going on your channel?
Oh my goodness. Well, I just posted a Butcher Box review.
Oh,
So that's going to be coming out later on this evening. Check it out and let me know what you guys think about that kind of content. I don't know. We're just trying something new. Of course, I just interviewed Dr. Ovadia, which was
Yeah.
fantastic. I'm gonna be putting out some clips of that because there were so many profound little moments in there. So I'm gonna be working through trying to put some clips of that out. I also just interviewed Bella, Steak and Butter Gal. So that was pretty
Yeah.
cool. And if you have not had an opportunity to take a look at that, please do so. This weekend, I do not have a live stream scheduled. I don't have a guest scheduled. So I'm debating whether I will go live or not. I kind of like to go live on Saturdays, but we'll see. We'll see. I might want to just like hang out with the family this weekend and enjoy them. So
okay. What
check
about
out
you?
my Butcher Box video.
Yeah. All right, Miss Laura, what you got going on?
Um, so I will be sharing a video. It was one that was recorded yesterday. I did with Carnivore Hunters. It was with one of the brothers. It was going over his kidney numbers. So I
Nice.
did mention Frederick
Mm-hmm.
and some of his stuff because this guy's nephrologist is mm, he needs some help. Anyway,
Yeah.
I
He
plan
need to be
on
in the
putting
group
that.
with the men. That's where he need to be.
Yeah. He's gonna be out hunting for the next few weeks because he does like elk hunting and bear hunting and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna be putting that out. And then Friday, I have promised so many people, Lisa Rich, you know who you are, that um, I'm gonna make 3 different types of chapstick that they want 3 different scents and 2 different styles. And so I'm gonna do that live, so that they can purchase it from my website if they want to, or if they have these ingredients, they can make them themselves, you know. So it'll just be stuff like that for this week. And
Nice.
then of course put together our glow sticks and stickers and things like that, which actually Nisha Berry talked about at Keto Palooza instead of candy. So I have that ready for Thursday because I'll be handing that out instead of cancer candy.
I just turn my
Nice.
lights out. I just or try not to be here. It's like I am, yeah, I love Halloween though. I just it's like not all of that. All right, so here's another story for you guys when you just never know. So all I can say is to encourage you to just keep going. So now I'm gonna tell y'all a story about my previous life. Okay. So it was 3 couples, right? And 5 of us went to church together. One of one of the men didn't go to church, but every weekend, starting on Thursday, anybody that's prior military or in the military, overseas, get together. Y'all playing cards, y'all doing all kind of things, and this is what we did every weekend. Every weekend, it rotated around. We did this because I lived over there 5.5 years. I know at least 4 of them. This is what we did every weekend. Now, with that being said, all of a sudden, have you ever been in church and something is said, a guest speaker, whatever, something is said, and immediately you're like, "Oh, I wish so and so was here so they could hear it, they can get it." We all do that. Now, I want you to think about the carnivore diet. All right. So, what do we say to you in church? Just continue to live the life. They'll see it. That's what we say. Just continue to walk in your anointing, walk whatever. They'll eventually see it. Okay. So now all of a sudden, this person wants to rededicate their life to the Lord. Everybody is excited, but I'm nosy. I want to know what all this that's been going on, what now all of a sudden, and this is your words of encouragement. He said, if the rapture took place and we were all sitting around playing cards, 5 of y'all would have been gone, and I just would have been sitting here, and we all doing the same thing. So in his mind,
Mm,
I'm doing the same thing as y'all doing. We playing cards, we laughing, we joking, we doing all kind of things. I just didn't get my life right. And
mm-hmm.
so if the rapture takes place, so I'm saying to you, playing cards was his motivation. Who? Playing cards was his motivation. That's the thing that motivated him, that he sat there and said, if the rapture took place right now, I'd be sitting at this table by myself. The 5 of them would be gone. But I'm doing the same thing they doing. But my heart ain't
Mm,
right. So I'm saying we will never know what that thing is going to be. But you need
Right.
to, as the carnivore, keep living the life.
yes.
Minimize your downfalls. Just constantly concentrate on just you. They're watching. They're watching. They taking notes. They are. Just keep playing
They
cards.
are.
All right. Just keep
That's
playing
true.
cards. That's that. There you go. And those are all of my little stories. For now, Frederick and I have something in the pipeline. Y'all, we getting ready to live 6 months on a cruise ship. That's all I'm gonna say. Be
See,
on the
that's the thing is, if she says it, y'all know it's about to happen.
so
She don't be joking around like that.
y'all,
No.
Cause this
He
carnivore
says what you
life later
need.
on make you want to do so much. Make you want to do so much. What do you mean? I can't. Let me see. The doctor smoke immediately, and she did. She had a
Let me
heart.
pop this up. This is Jiffy. My Mimi grandmother was fishing on Toledo Bend, would not leave the lake because she thought it was indigestion. It was a heart attack. She smoked unfiltered Pall Malls. The doctor
Almost. Yep.
told her
So
to
did my
quit
grandma.
smoking, and she did. She had a heart attack at 65. She died at 82.
She got
I,
more years by
she got
giving
more
that up.
years. That's what
Good
it's
for her.
all about. That's what it's all
Yeah.
about. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Yes, Michael, I remember the prizes in the box. We was talking about that. All right. So listen, that's it.
That's
We
it.
thank you guys for joining us tonight. Listen,
Yep.
make your steak bites. Go get you some pork belly and make you some pork belly little strips. Make you some purse bacon. However you want to do. But show up next week, 7 p.m. It is going to be something else in here. So, right? So, in the meantime and in between time, you work your thing. And